I'm refreshing my Twitch.
What? What? What happened?
I was laughing at Patrick.
I'm refreshing my Twitch. Are you supposed to be live?
Yes. Am I?
No,
No?
not for me at least. You're streaming JCJ Games official, right?
Yes.
Oh, now you are.
Okay, good.
You're online as a friend though, but not online as a stream.
I'm not live?
No, not on my screen.
It's telling me I'm live.
Okay, you're live.
There's a delay. I remember that.
Okay, good.
It would be nice if I could turn down the quality though.
Oh! Balls! I got music. I got music in the background. I need to shut that. Okay, we're cool. What is this nonsense?
Want to charge your phone
Okay.
faster?
You good to go,
Charging
Mason?
Airplane mode.
Yep.
Alright. So let's start this thing then.
I'm
Alright.
actually stupid. That's a good way to charge your phone.
No. Alright. Awkward silence. Okay.
Alright, okay. I'm just fixing one more thing on my software, so yeah, we could just basically start right now. I mean, I'm pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
I'm pretty
I mean, if you're
decent.
good to go, then yeah. We can do this thing. We could get this thing going.
Alright,
Alright. Let's do
So-
it then.
so my podcast layout is going to be very messy, like it already is, but I got it open, and I don't even think it's hearing me right now. Yeah, I just realized my mic isn't set up for my and my software is in Hispanic, so I can't
You mean in
read.
Spanish?
Shut up. my my operating system is in Spanish, so I can't read the inputs, man. I can't tell which mic is mine because there's
Alright, well, whatever.
microphono.
Let's just do this thing. I don't even care anymore.
Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Let's just do this
Alright.
thing. Alright. Who wants to start on introductions?
I will because I am Mason and stuff.
I'm.
Yeah.
We should have done this.
You gonna introduce yourself, or are you just gonna sit there?
Hello, I'm Carl, also known as Waffles. You've probably seen me if you've seen his videos. And somebody else go.
Well, I am Johnny, also known as JCJ Games.
And then Joe is just
You
the
gonna
Jew.
introduce yourself over there?
Thank you for introducing me like that.
You gonna introduce yourself?
Oh, so sorry.
Why can I hear myself?
Carl, also known as
I can hear the stream.
That's probably Waffles.
Anyway, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I
Decided to
am some random person they met from one of their friends, and I used to have a YouTube channel, but I let it die because I got bored with it. I play a lot of games, mostly shooters. Currently, I'm playing Heroes and Generals. That's all. I don't know what to
That's
say.
a great introduction, yo.
Thank you.
It was much
Alright.
better than any of our introductions.
So, hey, mine was great. Anyways, so I think, so like, I have a story to tell, right? It's
Alright.
about the dumb things that happened in our past, alright?
Alright.
Well, hold on, first of all,
What's
what
your
was the
story?
dumbest thing you guys done? I want to hear you guys first.
That's
I
a
need to
good
hear.
question.
That is actually an extremely good question.
Like,
Ah,
for
I'll have to
me,
think
it'd
about
probably
that.
be, for me, it'd probably be like, the most shameful way I broke my pinky.
Please tell.
Yeah, please continue.
Well, this, so I kind of
Crap, I broke
a
it.
major slip and slide accident.
Wait, you what? Sorry, I was adjusting my headset.
I feel like this is an AA meeting, guys. Speak up, man.
You were telling a story, man. You've got the floor.
Yeah, you got the floor, man.
All right. Well, yeah, it's like. Oh, you know, no, I can't even tell it, man. I can't. I'm so ashamed, man.
Tell the
Tell it.
story.
Tell it right now, man.
All right.
I can't.
Carl, why don't you go?
Who's Carl?
I'm Carl. You don't know who I am?
He introduced himself as Carl, so that's what I
Oh.
called him.
My name is Patrick.
Why don't you go?
Anyway,
We gotta get the ball rolling, guys. Come on.
hey guys, Tristan's watching. Keep it
I
together.
don't care. Go.
Anyway, the stupidest thing I've done is pouring milk on my lap.
I remember that.
No, because
This was a
this
couple months
kid.
ago.
I remember. I think I was there as it happened too, and I
I
just hear
wasn't.
glasses fall over.
Well, he said that he was.
I just heard glasses fall over, and then
What do
he
you-
went offline.
No, I was asleep while this was happening.
You
You
might
were
have
asleep
accidentally
when this-
left yourself in the Discord chat, though. I do that a lot.
No, the
sometimes.
computer wasn't even on.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that was a different time because Waffles likes to knock things over.
Yeah, that was whenever I knocked over like a bowl of cereal and I left because I was cleaning it.
All right, how about you, Joe?
Oh,
I still
that
gotta
was
think
nuts.
on this.
For me, it's. I have to think about it because there's so much material. I don't know which one to choose.
That's my problem.
Yeah, but like when I was a kid, every other like maybe month, I don't know, I would always, when either leaving or getting into my mom's car, I would slam the car door onto my thumb. I don't remember how many times I did it. I think it must have been had to be over 20 at least.
That just
But-
reminded me. No, that just reminded me because there was a few years ago. I was in middle school, right? And the funniest thing happened, right? Where me and my friend were getting ready to go to school because he's like my neighbor, and like his mom drove us to school all the time, but she had work in the morning, so I came over a little bit early, you know, just to hang out with him. And he had his mother had work in the morning, and his mother like works at home, you know, she's like a barber, but she like does like phone calls and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know how it works.
Right.
But basically, we were running downstairs, and there was just a huge box of Legos. There's just huge box of Legos on the stairs. So like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this kid he falls halfway down the stairs, tripping over the box of Legos, and his poor mother, you can tell like by the look on her face, she looks back at him and she's like trying so hard not to laugh, but at the same time she's so angry. Dude, she blew up on that kid, but it was probably the funniest thing I've seen in ages. And I have a confession to make about that story. I think I kind of nudged him into it because I'm a bad person, guys.
Okay, seeing as we're talking about childhood stuff right now, I'll just bring up something from when I was a kid. All right, so when I was a kid, I've always been a really strange thinker. All right, it's what I do. I'm an out of the box thinker. Some might say that I'm just naturally high, but when I was a kid, I swore that mirrors were a portal to another dimension where dinosaurs still existed.
Did you just
So-
jump into a mirror or something? Like, what did you do?
Yes, where dinosaurs existed. So I opened up the front door to our apartment because right as you open the front door, there's a hallway, and at the end of the hall is the bathroom. When you open the bathroom door, the mirror is right there. So I was standing outside the apartment, and I grabbed my dinosaur toy, and I ran as fast as I could down the hallway and jumped into the mirror, hoping to teleport to this other dimension. And, you know, obviously didn't teleport, just kind of hurt myself a bit, but, you know, I mean, it was a dumb thing. Speaking of which, that was a really dumb way to hurt myself.
Yeah,
What are some pretty
Yeah.
dumb ways you guys have hurt yourselves?
I mean,
I've only had like one real major injury in my life, and that was when shoot, I don't know, I was like 9 or so, and I was riding down the road, riding down my block on a bicycle,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember what happened, but I was looking at my neighbor's dog, and I ran. There's this part in my sidewalk that goes up, and if you hit it, your bicycle's gonna like flip and stuff. But I was looking at the dog, and I ran into that, and my bicycle flipped over and skinned like. I just remembered that my knee was 100% blood covered, and that's all.
when I was a kid, I had a very bad experience with the dog, right? Where I was riding my Jeep, right? Like I had this like toy Jeep, and I was probably like 3, but I still remember this. This is like the only thing I remember from that like long ago almost. But when I was a kid, I was like riding my little Jeep around a cul-de-sac, right? And here comes this dog, right? It's like a small dog, you know, like one of those ankle biters. But this ankle biter somehow managed to almost take my kneecap off my knee. Probably one of the most horrific experiences I've ever experienced. I mean, not as horrific as that time I broke my pinky, which I'll save for later.
So you're telling me
But
that you got manhandled by a chihuahua?
yeah, I mean, it wasn't a Chihuahua. It was like a black Shih Tzu or something like that.
So a Shih Tzu. That's just as bad.
Shih Tzu.
In fact, that's even worse.
Why?
I got manhandled by a Shih Tzu.
All right, Patrick. How about you?
I already said mine. Wait.
What was yours?
What?
Oh, dumb injury.
What are we? Oh, injury.
Yeah,
Injury.
an injury.
Okay. Dumbest injury: breaking my pinky toe.
How'd you break it?
So I was getting out of bed in the morning. My foot got caught on the bed, like my sheet, and my pinky toe got like pulled to the side.
You broke
Yeah.
your pinky toe on your bed sheet?
Uh huh. It's a lot worse than it sounds. Okay.
Actually, now
That is a lot
I know
worse
what that's
than it
like.
sounds. How did you manage to break your pinky toe on your bed sheet?
It like so if you put your hand out in front of you and you pull
I'm
your
gonna
pinky
do that.
your pinky away from your thumb and you pull it hard enough, that's what happened to my
it's
pinky
gonna
toe.
break eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I've just
I was
never
trying
heard
to
of
pull
anybody.
myself off of the bed.
I just
like
never heard
that.
of anybody breaking their toe on a sheet. Like,
Well, you've
never
never heard of a lot of things if you haven't heard of that.
That's something. But I still shouldn't be the one to talk. I mean, I got destroyed by a Shih Tzu, man.
She's
That's.
it's quite annoying, bro.
Ow, that hurt. Okay, I just hurt myself.
You forget we're doing a podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was busy laughing.
All right,
Makes
so
me mess up.
in that
Oh my
case,
God. Lily! Hush, dog! Hush!
I think
You think what?
yeah. But you know what? I got a story, man. I got a story for you guys.
Okay, what is this
Okay,
story?
you ready? Yeah, you ready? You
What's
ready?
the
got-
story?
you
I'm
got a
ready.
story.
Ready for the
Alright.
story.
Sorry.
What's the story
Alright,
about?
okay.
Can I
Alright.
tell the story?
No, you can't. You can't tell a story. That's my story.
Just tell us the
My-
story then.
My humble beginnings, guys.
What is your story?
Kidding. So, do any of you guys skate or longboard or whatever, or anything like that? Because
There's many different terms of escape.
I'm a band kid, you know, so
Right.
you know, we got these things before school time. You know, we got sectionals and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So basically, we had we had a sectional in the morning. We had a sectional in the morning, and John, please focus on me.
I'm sorry, I was
Kidding.
being asked a question.
I'm kidding.
So I was
I'm
answering
kidding.
it.
But no, so I was riding. So like my neighbors decided it was a good idea to like throw out throw out these like these chopped up sandstone, because I don't know what they're doing, but it looked like sandstone. It was just like sprawled all over the street, right? So I was going, you know, I got on my longboard, and this turn where all the sandstone is like right at the bottom of a hill. You know, it's like right on the corner on the bottom of the hill. So so basically I whipped around the corner, fell off my longboard, and like got like stone stuck in my hip and arms, and I was just like bleeding all over the place, right? So I basically skipped the sectional and basically just took the bus to school. So first thing I did when I got to school was obviously, you know, I went to the nurses,
Right.
and like she kind of like picked everything out, right?
Mhm.
But you know, I ended up walking in the jazz band late because jazz band is first hour, so I ended up walking in late, and you know, I was wearing a white shirt, so I was like, I happened to just be bleeding through my white shirt, really, you know, and I basically come in bleeding through my white shirt with a huge like just a big cut in my elbow, like a deep gash in my elbow, and I just like walk in, you know, smiling because I kind of found the situation funny for some reason. So I come in laughing, you know, I hop on the drum set, and I just look around the room, and literally everyone is staring at me because you know, this kid has, you know, he's bleeding through his shirt. He has this, you know, he has a huge gash in his elbow, right? And like, I know this story may sound lame, but that same day I thought it was a great idea to eat a Carolina Reaper for the first time. And right after I ate said Carolina Reaper, I thought it was a good idea to touch my eye. So basically, I legitimately got a black eye. So when I got home, my parents legitimately thought I got jumped.
You were bleeding.
I was bleeding through my. Well, I mean, actually,
red eyes.
to make that even worse, what I forgot to mention was the fact that my band teacher, when he seen that I was bleeding through my shirt, he made me put on the shirt that said "Get Shrek'd," because that was like as funny and messed up as that sounds. Our band thing, our band theme the year before was Shrek, and the student made a T-shirt design that said "Get Shrek'd." So basically, I came home wearing a shirt that says "Get Shrek'd," bleeding through, you know, bleeding through that shirt at that time, and just bleeding all over my elbow, you know, bleeding everywhere with a black eye. So you know, my parents legitimately thought I got jumped, and it was you know, it was an interesting day. On top of that, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you ever eat a Carolina Reaper, worst part about eating a Carolina Reaper is not the heat, but also the fact I thought it was a good idea to touch my elbow, which was bleeding massively. So I basically, I don't touch a cut if you had hot foods, because that was probably the most intense pain I've ever felt.
That was probably one of the worst days you've ever had.
Yeah, because So if and like I've done that with a jalapeno, you know, touching a cut after eating a jalapeno, and that hurts bad enough. But then me thinking it was a great idea to do that after eating a Carolina Reaper was just absolutely great. Oh yeah, on top of that, the worst part about eating a Carolina Reaper, warning to everyone that may be watching, cough cough 0 people. Just kidding.
Wow.
Well, nobody is watching.
The worst part about eating a Carolina Reaper is not the heat, but the pain it causes your stomach. Just saying.
Yeah.
It like I legitimately legitimately burned a hole through my stomach, so it felt like, you know, I was starving, but when I went to have a sandwich, it made the pain 10 times worse biting into that sandwich, because, you know, my digestive system was all screwed up and stuff. Dude, that's probably the best story I have though, just about my life in general. I'm a pretty boring dude, you know, except for that time
I don't know, man. That was a pretty
broke my
interesting story.
Except for that time I broke my
It's
pinky.
the most interesting story I've heard so far today.
I just tell terrible stories.
Hold on,
So,
I wanna
we've been
check
telling a lot of
something.
stories about ourselves. How about stories about each other? Like, pick a random other person from this chat and tell a story about that person.
Oh,
Okay,
about
so,
Mason when
here,
he
I'll tell
was
you-
in
I'll
the-
tell you
in
a
the-
story.
No, let me do it first.
I have a
ahead,
question
yeah.
about
That's
this.
This one time, well,
Can I
John
bring
and
that
I
up?
were playing Civilization 5. Mason decided
fine.
to ask us if we had ever stuck our masculine member inside a vacuum.
I remember that.
I didn't ask.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You asked us that.
No, I didn't. Okay,
Yes, you
I
did.
asked. Because they're talking about Viagra hertz, right? You know, and okay, so I said, I don't even know what I said, but I remember for sure it wasn't. Have you ever seen?
Okay. You said something along the lines of like, "Hey, so you know a vacuum? Well, have you ever put your in one?"
No, I did. Okay, so you know a vacuum cleaner, right? And you guys were like, yeah. I was like, so you know I didn't say.
Yes.
Have you ever stuck?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Uh,
I think it's time to switch subjects. So that time I broke my pinky.
No, how about you? You got a story about another person?
What story about me? Come on.
Yeah.
have-
Anybody got a story about Joe?
Seriously,
other-
what is there to say
okay,
about JoJo's?
well, I mean,
boring.
okay, so Joe and I, we were playing a game of Civilization. We do that a lot. It'll be a reoccurring theme. We were playing a game, and the very first rule was that we were not going to nuke each other. That was it. That was the one rule. All right. So I'm fighting a war with Russia, I believe it was, just to my south, and I think it was France that I had just finished wiping out. And just as I'm about to invade Moscow, 15 nukes get dropped on me. In one turn. At least.
In one
In
turn.
one turn. After
I
the
had nuclear
one rule.
submarines
Yeah.
stationed everywhere, and I even had like a town on an island next to his nation.
After the
So-
one rule we had put in place was no nuking each other.
I broke the pact.
He broke it.
Yeah.
Was he Gandhi?
No,
No,
I
it
think he
was
was
a-
playing as Germany?
China. No, it was China.
Was it China? Okay.
Yeah.
So like speaking of like games and stuff, right? What okay, here. I just have to say this, right? What do you guys think was the absolute best game you've played? Like as a childhood or modern, just say what were you guys' favorite games like you've ever played? I don't know. Like for me back then in the day, I think a majorly underestimated game was definitely Bully.
What is Bully?
It's
Okay,
the Rockstar
it's-
game.
It's basically a Rockstar game, right? And
Okay.
damn, I'm so surprised you've never heard of this one.
I've
but
never heard of it.
basically, you play as this kid, right? And you basically are sent to boarding school because your parents are like really, you know, kind
Okay,
of.
I'm going to shorten this down. It's Grand Theft Auto 4 in school. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. But you also got an agenda too. So like,
Okay.
you know, you have to go to your classes, or you
So in
can,
school,
you know,
yeah,
if you
that's
don't get.
included.
If you don't go to your classes and stuff, you'll you'll have to like take everything with a stealthy approach, or you can get caught. But like the thing is with the game is, sure, it's not like it's not as violent, because there's no killing people and stuff. But at the
Right.
same time, I think two things that were so good with the game was the story in general. I thought was pretty decent, and on top of that, I thought the soundtrack was also amazing.
So is that the first game you've ever played, or the best game you've ever played?
That
I-
was probably one of the best I've played in a while.
Okay.
I would
That was
say
like
one
my
of the-
childhood game. So
One of the best games that I've ever played, I would have to say, is Arma 2.
I honestly
This
didn't
was-
really enjoy it all that much.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but it was probably my favorite game. I sank so much time into that, and I just loved it every minute.
I'd say one of my favorite games of all time was probably The Legends of the Dragoons, or The Legend of the Dragoons for the original PlayStation. It was
What?
basically Final Fantasy on crack. It was an amazing game. It had like 5 discs, so it was a super long game.
I mean, I
But
like crack,
it
so
was-
I think Final Fantasy. And...
I mean,
I'm kidding.
It was an RPG. You battle monsters, level up your characters, all that kind of stuff, with a really, really amazing storyline. That's honestly my favorite part about like games and movies and stuff is storyline. I like a cohesive storyline that you can actually, keep all of it straight without much thought, but yet it's still really in depth.
You know what game I
And
like?
I love
I'm gonna be
those.
honest. I know it's gonna be a basic thing for me to say, because it's like it was a mainstream game, so I feel like a basic for saying it. But game I thought had a really good story, like a really solid story,
What?
just in my opinion. I know it's really mainstream, but I thought the GTA 5 story was pretty decent. I thought the story was pretty well written.
I never even played any of the Grand Theft Auto games, so I didn't even know they had stories.
Well,
If Rockstar didn't make GTA 5, it would have been amazing. That's all.
huh?
If Rockstar hadn't made Grand Theft Auto 5, it would have been a really, really good game.
Well, how about you, Patrick? What was one of your favorite games?
I forgot what it was called. Actually, it's like about a tiger. I don't know. Anyway, but my favorite game at the moment is it's got to be GTA 5.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I think GTA, I really enjoyed GTA for the story, but I really didn't like, I'm gonna be honest, I think the multiplayer online experience really died out really quickly on me, to be dead honest with you guys.
Yeah,
I didn't really-
Terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was just, I don't know, it was overrated massively in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like, everything felt like a chore, like the heists, yeah, everyone was excited about the heist, but in my opinion, I thought the heists were just a huge chore.
Pretty
Like a
much
huge
every new
roadblock.
expansion to that game has been the same thing with different colors.
Right.
It's so disappointing.
Yeah, I very much agree.
I have fun. I like killing people.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought the campaign was great. However, it's not as bad as I have to say. I know it's a game that a lot of people play ironically,
Mhm.
but I really hated it. I couldn't even play it ironically. I thought Goat Simulator was a majorly overrated game.
Wow, that very overrated.
It was
That's like the
very
Sharknado of video games, guys. All right.
You hear they're coming out with a Sharknado 5?
Wait, are they really?
Yeah, I just saw the preview.
That, dude, that has to stop. That
It
the
does
whole
need to stop.
Sharknado.
They're like the worst
The
movies
Sharknado's.
ever.
Actually,
I
you
thought
know
the
what
first
game-
one was what?
You know what game I loved as a kid? The first game I think I ever played, ever.
What?
iFighter 1945. I couldn't
Never
remember
even
the
heard of
name
it.
for the life of me. You probably have heard of it, you just don't know the name.
Probably.
But
That's possible.
I played this game so often as a kid, but it was only I
Guys,
could
I'll
only
be
do
back.
it when my brother was on. I remember that because it was amazing. It's this like top-down shooter where you're planes and stuff, and you're shooting down other planes, but it's awesome.
I think I might actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a really old game, but I loved it.
That was the first game I ever played. I played, what the fuck was it called? It was an Atari game. I used to take turns with my grandma all the time. Like you're like a little starship and you're shooting like asteroids and other little alien. I think it's Asteroids. That's what it's called. that was it. See? There it was.
Yeah, you know what game was my first game, but it was also a really dark game. I played it with my dad when I was like 3 or 4, but I thought it was a really great game. It was a PlayStation exclusive.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, Twisted Metal. My ears just popped. Why? Okay. Anyways, but Twisted Metal. Have any of you guys heard of or played it?
No.
Like any of them?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Okay, but basically, it's a game where vehicles, like, okay, so like I'll explain the story, right? I told John about it a while back ago, but
Did
you know,
you?
I'm gonna bring it up again. Yeah, I did. But anyways, it's like basically the concept of the game is where, you know, it's like a vehicle fighting game, right? Where vehicles have weapons mounted and stuff, right? But basically, the game has a really good moral to it as well, where it's basically the moral of the game is basically be careful what you wish for, because the game's story and how it goes is it's basically there's a huge championship where, you know, like it brings in the most like desperate people for whatever they want. You know, they're really desperate for one wish to come true, right?
Moral of the story: battle cars, winner gets a wish.
Yes, but at the end, the huge issue with where the moral comes in, where the lesson learned comes in. Yeah, they're granted like a genie, right? Like, let's say someone said, "Oh, I want $1 million," right? They're gonna give you literally $1 million, not as in dollars, but as in like deer, like bucks, like male deer. You know, like they just totally screw over. They just totally screw over your wish. What are you laughing about, John? What's so funny to do?
I was laughing.
That's kind of just
I don't know. It's still weird. Patrick, you still there?
He's muted.
Patrick? Okay, he must have walked away.
Oh.
He's got some stuff going on.
It's all good. You know what I think was a great you know what I think was a really great movie.
Huh.
I'm not a movie person, but for those of you who haven't seen this movie, I know this is really mainstream, like a lot of people say, oh, it's an amazing movie, but I personally think it's an amazing movie, right? Pulp Fiction.
That is.
If any of you guys seen it,
I like that movie.
it is a good movie. However, I do have to say the only part that got to me a little bit was the rape scene. That was the only scene that would, like, made me feel really weird watching it, because I don't know, butt stuff is not a good thing. You know, I don't like, you know, I don't you know, because that's what they're going towards, you know, they're you know, the butt stuff, you know.
It has some amazing films. I like.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What?
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, he did make a lot of. He's made a lot of good, amazing movies.
I liked his World War II one. I forget the name.
World War II film. Quentin Tarantino did a World War II film.
Yeah, it had like the.
Yeah, he did. Is it an Inglourious Basterds?
Yes. That's it.
Oh.
That was a good movie. I like that.
But yeah, I haven't really seen Inglourious Basterds, but I've heard of it, and I forgot who's that dude who plays in I have to look it up, but I forgot the dude who plays in Pulp Fiction. I always forget his name, sadly, because he's one of my favorite actors, but I always forget his name. He played as Frozone. He played as Frozone in Incredibles, if you guys remember that movie, which is also Samuel L. Jackson. Another Samuel L. Jackson. Dude, I freaking loved him, man. I loved him, and I don't know if you guys heard of it, but there's another movie I haven't seen that I'm dying to see because I see my cousin watching it. It looks so good. Have you guys heard of Hateful Eight? It's
Ooh, that's a good film.
I've
I
heard
watched
of
that.
it.
It
I haven't
is.
seen it.
Who's the director of that film, by the way? I want to
I
know.
have no idea.
I think.
Once again, was that really? Hold
I'm
on, let
pretty
me see.
sure.
Hateful.
I'm like 90%.
Hateful
Well, there you
Eight
go.
was Hateful Eight was
Seemed
directed
like
by. It was directed by. Yeah, it was a Tarantino film.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a
He's
Tarantino film,
He's
but
a good
All right, well,
director.
I mean, I don't know.
he is yeah. Kill Bill films are pretty good too.
Didn't
But
care for
I
those.
have to say, guys, I mean, not much anymore because she's old and she probably has like saggy old lady boobs. But what's her name? Uma Thurman. I really thought she was a solid actor, and I thought she was pretty hot. Just saying, you know, you have to admit, you guys know who I'm talking about,
I have
Uma
no
Thurman.
idea
You
who
know,
that
she
is.
was.
No idea.
Uma Thurman is that chick that plays as the one who gets overdoses in Pulp Fiction.
I have not
Oh,
actually seen that movie.
Okay.
But if you look up Pulp Fiction, she's literally like the box cover, like the box art, not the box cover, but the box art for the
Okay.
Pulp Fiction movie.
I don't know.
And I really thought she was a solid actor.
There have actually been quite a lot of pretty good movies coming out recently. But I'm a huge fan of like comic books, and
Right.
so all of these comic book movies coming out, I'm like a little kid in a candy shop going to the
So
theater.
like Deadpool.
So, Deadpool was an amazing film. I really enjoyed Logan. That was an amazing film in my opinion. Like they could just end the X-Men series with that, and I'd be perfectly happy. Because it was amazing. Like just amazing acting, amazing directing, amazing visuals. Everything about it was perfect. Definitely
Yeah,
the perfect ending to Hugh Jackman's career as Wolverine. It was very.
I feel really
very
sad
well
to be
done.
honest with you. I haven't seen Logan yet.
It's
I haven't-
so good.
Like I said, I'm
So
not much
good.
of a movie person. I'm more of a gamer person, but I really do enjoy movies when I do take time to watch them.
Right.
When I do
right.
take time to watch movies, I really enjoy them. It's just like I have ADHD, so it's just video games happen to be a lot more stimulating, right?
Right.
But you know, movies are great too. Like, shoot, I'm trying to think.
I don't
What
like
movie
it.
was it that I?
Like super long though.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're not
I mean,
like,
okay,
you don't
it
like the
depends.
Lord of the Rings type movies where it takes like 12 years to
I
tell
only-
a story?
Well, it
Yeah.
depends. If I'm really into like, if
'Cause those
like
are
let's
good
say
movies.
if the character development is great, if the character development is done well, then I could literally watch that movie for hours on end if it's done well. But like
Right.
if it's kind of like just if it's like if it's just kind of if they're dragging on one point for too long, it just gets annoying.
Right.
Like I forgot what movie really annoyed me because they just kept on dragging on the same point for ages. Like, okay, here, I'll tell you what. It was a really, hold on. I'll tell you what. It was a really good movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. I think Joe might have seen it. He probably was the only other one out of all of us that might have seen it. Because it's a World War II movie, and you know him with the World War II.
Just say it.
But basically,
Yeah, just say it.
Unbroken. Unbroken. Have you guys heard of it?
No, I haven't.
I've heard of it.
Seen
haven't
it?
no.
Anyways, it's basically where this dude, he was like one of those Air Force members, right? And he was like, flying.
One
He
of
was
those Air Force
flying out
members.
somewhere, and he was flying out somewhere, and like his plane gets shot down at sea, right? So
Mhm.
basically, they make it out, they escape, but they ended up getting like the one scene that really bothered me because it was like a 50-minute scene where they were just stuck in the same place or seemingly the same place because it was them stuck on a raft, just trying to survive out,
Okay.
at sea kind of. But
Mhm.
basically, that scene ends sadly by them getting pulled into a Japanese concentration camp, or a Japanese labor camp of some sort. And basically, the movie's him dealing with the torture that he goes through. With the camp and stuff, and it's a really powerful movie because he does eventually actually escape because it's a movie based off a true story. And I'm just saying it was a solid film. I loved the film, but it's not a movie I can watch all over again just because it's a long movie. Because that one scene where they're stuck out at sea is just the most painstaking thing to watch. Because yeah, it's a great movie, but just that one part was just absolutely terrible in my opinion. I couldn't watch it. It got boring, but after, the story behind the movie's like really good. It's just that it got kind of boring with that one part. I still really enjoyed the movie because the way they kind of ended it, not because the ending made it the best part, but like the ending, like it kind of the story teaches a lesson, and I think it's a really good lesson. Basically, I know it's really cheesy the way I'm gonna say it, but it's like one of those don't give up kind of movies,
Right. Yep.
But yeah, it's like it's a really powerful movie.
Patrick, you still there, bud?
Sometimes. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, how about
guys,
you? What's your favorite movie?
Beer.
Oh, my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Bro, go away. I was actually gonna say something about like
Curious George.
Movies. Anyway, that's not a movie. That's a show. Anyway,
There actually is a movie. Yeah.
I don't care. He didn't say the title. There's not a movie called Curious George.
Yes, there is. Actually.
There is.
I don't care.
It's terrible. I actually saw that.
It is god awful, but it is a thing. Anyway,
when I was a kid, I thought it was a good movie. That was just because I was a kid.
Okay. Do comedy shows count?
I mean, is it a full-length feature film?
Uh-huh. Kind of.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean by feature film, though?
To me, a movie is... I mean, technically, yeah. Anything that's like an hour and a half-ish,
I mean, hey, it has a climax and an ending,
I mean, something with a story... a definite
John,
beginning, a definite ending. I did hear you. I just chose to ignore it. There, Mason. I'm ignoring you right now, Mason.
If I wanted to say it's... If I
has
wanted
a
to
rising
say
action,
a
Mason,
climax...
shut up.
Works.
Oh, hello.
Okay, sorry.
By John Mulaney and some
What
other
was the
person I
movie?
forgot. Oh, hello. It's a comedy show about random people. But anyway, I'm not going to choose that one. I'm going to choose one. Deadpool.
Okay, yeah.
Basic. Just kidding. It was a good movie. I liked it.
That was an amazing movie.
Ah, dude, you know what the most awkward scene it was to watch with your parents, though? Like,
Oh, no.
I
No,
watched.
don't say
I
it.
watched
Strip club scene?
Deadpool. No, the sex scene where it's just like sex throughout the year, and like there's that one scene where they're just doing it on a table with a bunch of food.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Why would you?
You remember
watch
that?
with your parents?
Well, I didn't watch it with my parents. I
Okay.
went with my friend on his birthday, and it was just me and my friends.
I
Yeah.
would think the most awkward scene in that movie would be the scene at the strip club.
Wait.
The second time they're in the strip club, where there's literally just like naked women on the screen. I think that would be the most awkward scene to watch with your parents.
That was my favorite theme.
Seriously, but that's not even that bad. It's not like.
Well, no, but they're like, the dude he comes in with starts, doing his thing. So it was, I don't know. I think it would be awkward.
You
But I
know,
don't know. I
movie
haven't.
I think had a really. You know, movie I think really had an intense strip club scene. The Internship. Have you guys seen that one?
I have seen that one.
I thought
That
it
was
was on
actually an
Netflix
amazing
at one point
movie.
in time.
I love that movie. It was on
That
Netflix.
I did
It was
too,
so
but
good.
that dude,
Not anymore.
the strip club scene in that movie though was like so intensified.
But the whole thing, like the overarching story that happened while they were at
Yeah.
the strip club was amazing. Like the whole
Yeah,
them coming
I liked
together
it,
as a
you know,
team, like it was really weird. You wouldn't think that people would come together as a team at a strip club.
That's true, yeah.
Like,
Are you sure?
I mean, actually, I could see that happening.
like,
Have you not seen
was
How I Met
funny.
Your Mother?
I don't watch that show. No,
How?
I've
Wh-
seen a
what
couple
show?
of episodes. How I Met Your Mother.
Mother.
I haven't really watched that show.
I met my mother in the hospital.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Congrats.
Did you high five her out of the womb? Because that's not do that.
No.
The doctor's just standing there. Get your phone out.
This is gonna be a dank high five, man. He like pulls out a blunt, gives it to the baby. Smoke it up, smoke up.
All right. Well, how about the first movie you guys ever?
My mom's
watched?
just like puff puff pass, bro.
What's the first movie you guys remember ever watching?
Shark Boy, Lava Girl.
Tarzan.
Probably.
Were you being dead serious with that, Mason?
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. That was like when I was a kid, I actually
on
really
Netflix.
enjoyed Shark Boy and Lava Girl. To be dead honest with you, I really
Okay.
enjoyed that as a kid.
I enjoyed
Because
a lot of
that was the
crappy
first
movies,
film
too.
I've watched, and that was the first 3D film I've ever watched.
I can't watch 3D movies. They make me sick.
Same. But I
Yeah.
still watch.
Also, Spy Kids. When Spy Kids Game Over was also another one I really liked as a kid.
All right, Joe, what did
Let's
you
be
say?
real, it had machete, okay?
When I was a kid, I just watched a bunch of dinosaur movies.
Like the first movie you remember watching.
Wait, hold
I
on.
think the
What's
first movie I ever watched was
The Land Before Time.
no,
That's-
it
I
was,
love
That was
that
actually
was-
going to be
this
my
is-
answer.
yeah.
it was this dude. I forget his name, but he looked and he sounded like Steve Irwin, but he wasn't Steve Irwin. I know that.
Time to go.
So Jurassic Park.
Look like and sound like
No,
Steve
it wasn't
Irwin.
Jurassic Park. It was
Dude, the original Jurassic Park film came out like the year I was born.
I actually don't know. I
Crikey.
can't remember.
It was released in
No.
'93.
You're born in '93.
I was.
But I
Bro,
And I
you're
feel like a
old.
youngin.
I
That's
remember
because
as
I'm
a
a-
kid when I went to see movies, we wouldn't go to the theater. We would go to the library and we
Uh-huh.
would rent it.
Oh,
You
that's
guys-
actually what my family
yeah,
did.
I did that a lot actually.
My family.
I used to
You know,
always
actually,
get
my
the
first-
successes with the lizard dude.
Wait,
The
what
first
about a
movie
lizard dude?
the first movie.
It's like
First-
science. Anyway,
The first
keep on.
movie
Sorry.
I watched was Charlie Brown and like the Easter Charlie Brown, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. 'Cause my family is like huge on Charlie Brown,
There were
right?
quite
So
a
like
lot
the
of
first
Charlie
movie
Brown
ever.
movies, actually.
The
There's, like,
first
one
movie
for
I
every
remember
holiday.
watching. Yeah, the first movie I remember watching was either the Thanksgiving one or the Easter one, and I remember I,
liked
would
the
watch that
Halloween
nonstop.
one. The one with the great pumpkin.
Yeah, where
The Halloween one.
or the poor Charlie Brown getting just a sack of rocks every door he goes to.
Right?
I got a rock, man. Let's be real. People today would actually use those rocks for something like
Throwing
taking
them in
or
windows.
no.
I used to do that as a kid.
You threw rocks at windows as a
I
kid.
did.
No.
There was a boarded
You're a
up,
bad kid.
boarded up abandoned house right across the street from my grandma's
Okay,
place.
so like yeah, abandoned.
And I was throwing I would throw rocks through the windows, and then my grandma would get mad at me.
No, actually,
Maybe that's why you got beaten so much.
They actually ended
Yeah.
up burning that house down after they found out it was a meth lab.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow.
So the
Yeah,
fire
did you-
department came in, removed all the stuff, and then burned it to the ground. Then they built a
I
new
wonder what
house,
they
and
did
now
with
the
that.
pastor and his family live. A pastor and his family live
you
there.
think the firefighters stayed in there when they burnt it down so they can get that extra?
get that bonus? No, they took all
So
the
they can
stuff
get that
out of there
buzz.
before they burned it down.
Ah, what a shame.
John, were you the one who made it a meth lab?
No, I was like 7.
I only.
So what? You could have been like on that episode of Breaking Bad Junior or something. man.
Breaking Bad Junior. Here's little
It's like-
7-year-old
it's like-
Dale
it's
over
like-
here cooking meth. Like,
Wait,
No.
it's like that dude from Hell's Kitchen. What's his name? Chef Ramsay. Except it's like a meth lab dude version of him. And he's like just yelling at kids. You're not doing it good enough.
What was I saying again?
anyway, now that we've got our little bit of controversy in here, let's move along. Well, we're on the topic of movies.
I'm gonna go get a soda.
So,
I'll
all
be right
right,
back.
you go ahead and get your
Go get a
soda.
soda.
We'll save you for last. What about movies we're excited for?
None.
None?
Every movie that's come out, except for Dunkirk, which was surprising, has been terrible, and I do not expect anything different.
You're not excited for any movies?
Not at all.
Well, I guess we have different likes in movies as well, so
No. I have an older like
yeah.
movies.
Yeah, you like
ones
older
with
stuff.
qualities,
Right.
deeper, instead of all this
Never actually
direct,
go through the
literally just looks.
Right. But then I'm just a nerd, and I like comic book stuff. So I'm excited for like the Justice League film that's coming out here.
Oh, the one
this
with
year.
the Muslim girl.
Oh my god.
You mean that one?
Talking about Gal Gadot?
Whatever one.
What?
It doesn't matter.
She's actually Israeli, but yeah, whatever. All right, we'll get back to
there was
that.
one. There was one they were saying, "Oh, we're gonna do this next year."
But so I'm excited for that. Also, I'm excited to see them actually make the Flash into a movie. I love the TV show. So, wow, that was rude.
I was trying so hard to push that one out. It felt so weird. I felt bubbles in my throat.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for that. How about you, Patrick?
I'm excited for Deadpool 2 whenever they decide to, make it.
I'm really excited for.
These dogs just shut up.
I'm really excited for. I'm excited for this Left 4 Dead 3, except it's like written as a porn, and it's like supposed to be like.
That's not
Get
a
out of here.
thing.
That's not a movie.
That's a
Hey,
porno?
this is a movie, yeah.
I mean, it's still a film.
Okay,
So
here's the thing. I don't
guess-
watch it. I don't watch it for the eroticness. I watch it because I find it hilarious.
Uh-huh. Why would you watch it if that's not what
Keep
you're
telling
looking
us
for?
lies.
Because it's funny.
This is gonna get really
Like,
awkward. The
okay.
missionaries are here.
No, we believe you. We believe you. Wholeheartedly.
All right.
I just poured squirt all over my tits.
I'm sorry. What?
It's fizzy, and I don't like it.
What did you say?
I said I poured squirt all over my tits, and it's fizzy. I don't like it.
Wow. Okay.
Guys, how do you spell Asian? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm sorry. What are you looking up?
I'm not looking at anything. I'm messaging people.
Oh.
I mean, I'm
No,
into
it's
that
like-
stuff too, but like,
You guys. I'm dying.
I don't get what's so funny.
I was referring to the fresh drink, by the way. It's lemonade, fizzy. It's fizzy lemonade, squirt. Okay, it's fizzy lemonade.
There's different.
And
you said we
out there.
believed you.
Okay, I feel disgusting now because think about it. It's called squirt. It's fizzy lemonade, which
Stop.
is comparable to some
Stop.
other things that come out of that
Stop.
general region. And it's a thirst quencher that happens to be caffeine free.
Can you stop?
Hey, but that's okay.
Alright,
It has 140
I think-
calories per
I
cap.
think- Guys, I think it's time to move on to the next topic before
What
I
stuff?
die of laughter. Oh my god. Okay. How about music? Music.
Music?
That's-
Yeah.
It's a conversation
Oh.
that's
That's a
pretty
great
difficult to turn
song.
into what has happened.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's
What?
called the Hanukkah song. I think. I think. It's called the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler. I think Joe would like it.
Oh, I actually know. I watched that movie.
I haven't. Please play it for
It
me.
was like an Adam Sandler Christmas special or something like that.
Oh no.
It was an
Explains why I
anime.
haven't seen it.
It was an animated film.
I just heard it in a.
And,
I heard it in a talk show he did.
He was something about like a basketball
Merry
coach,
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
and his mentor was some like little Jewish midget guy.
Oh, I remember that.
And he had a really squeaky voice, and he sang a Hanukkah song, and it was just
Because Adam Sandler got
nonsense.
tired. He said it in a talk show at one point. He said he got tired of like there not being a lot of Hanukkah songs, but there's like all these Christmas songs. And he's like,
right. Yeah. So they made one for the film.
but he's like, why is there all the songs, but there's not Hanukkah songs? You know?
So this is just welcome to our Belch cast. That's what this has
I
become.
thought we
now.
were gonna name it Cat Pack.
What? Don't worry about what it's called. So we're on the topic of music now.
Crack Cast.
Well, we're on the topic of music now, not crack. So, if we could veer off of the conversation of illicit drugs and back to music. So,
What's the
what's
best
your
and
guys'
worst
okay,
music?
yeah, best and worst music?
Well, first of all, what are your guys' genre preferences?
That's what
Because
I was
have
going to
no
ask. Favorite
preferences.
genres.
I have no preferences really, so like you guys can say anything.
I don't
bring
really
up any
have
artist, and I'd be like, okay, I know.
Much of a preference either, to be honest.
I like foreign music sometimes.
Sometimes try like all the time.
Sometimes that's all you put in chat.
I don't know how many times we've listened to the Israeli national anthem.
That's for other reasons.
You know what else is a really no? You know what's a really good song?
What?
That one that
Are you going to be extremely
16
vague?
No, it's the one that 16 puts in chat, and it's like foreign shouting words, and then it's like
Oh, the Tiki Briki, hard
So hardcore German music.
No, that's Russian.
no,
Yeah,
it's like
Russian,
Gabber.
man.
It's like
It's
EDM,
Yeah.
Russian EDM.
No, I'm,
Ah.
I'm thinking of
song.
Pitch Perfect.
Person,
Because
I
Patrick,
think.
you like punk rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as the losers call it, alternative rock.
Yeah, no, that's actually a completely different genre.
Yeah.
Because, like, Green Day
I
used to be
know,
classified
I
as
know.
punk rock, and then all the other punk rock bands got mad, like, they're not punk! So they switched over to alternative.
I think you're punk.
You know,
Of course, too.
you know what band
Yeah,
I really
they were forced
liked
to.
that was
Huh.
punky.
Hmm.
Just kidding, it wasn't punky. But you know what is a really good song? It's not punk, but
Smells
it's
like Teen Spirit.
no.
See, that one was
no,
Nirvana,
that's-
not Wake Me Up When September Ends, Patrick.
I mean, that is a great song. But I'm referring to have you guys
What,
heard
One
of
Month?
No, shut up, Patrick. Have you heard of Prayer of Refuge?
No.
What?
I've heard of Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. That was a good song.
Wait, how did you say that?
Prayer of Refuge is written by a band by the name of Rise Against.
John, what's that person's name that you said?
Bon Jovi?
Okay, I was getting his name wrong whenever I was saying it one time.
What did you say?
I
Bon
said-
Jovi.
I said John.
John Bovey.
You guys, I think
Are your
I
hairs
just spoiled
leggy?
myself. Just kidding. Are your hairs leggy? You mean are your legs hairy?
No, I said what I meant, and I meant what I said.
All right, I say we skip.
We can't just keep.
BS.
Wait, stop. What are you even talking about?
I bring up a random topic.
Yeah, that sounds really great.
That one.
I think.
Yeah. Moving on.
On shot first.
Lesser.
What?
Huh?
What did you say? You want to start? Is that what you said? You want
Han
to start?
shot first.
Wait, what?
Han shot first.
Han shot first. Your mom shot first.
No.
I mean,
I wanted that to become something we were gonna talk about, but no, you had to bring my name. Han shot first.
Han Solo
No.
Your mom's. Your
dies.
mom plays polo. What?
I haven't seen that movie. Stop spoiling
My
it.
elbow itches.
I have the DVD.
Your elbow itches.
Last
Well,
24
then
hours
again, the
on
fact.
Earth
Okay, I don't want to sound
What was
rude.
that, Joe?
What's the last 24 hours on Earth? Been?
So like,
Oh yeah.
if
Well,
if you only
Well,
had
I
like
played it on
24
Hotspot
hours
first.
left, what would you do?
I don't know. I'd go for a run.
You'd go for a run
Yeah, I wouldn't stop.
and just run yourself into a heart attack?
I would
I wouldn't
legitimately just. Whoa, do you think they'd like make everything free if like the world was for sure ending in 24 hours?
No.
So
Probably not. You
no.
got all those capitalist jerkbags that are gonna make like jack up the prices so that
It's
they can
not like
spend
they're
the
gonna
last day
make
on
any
Earth with all their money.
it.
Well, they
Walmart
won't
wouldn't
now.
do that.
Well, what's
HEB
going to be the
wouldn't
point of
do
money
that.
if the world's ending in 24 hours? You know what I mean?
Oh wait,
I don't know,
none
'cause
of
it
you know what
comforts
HEB
them.
is probably.
I would just go for a run until I couldn't anymore and then sleep. the
I
rest.
can't run for long, so. Sucks
Yeah, for me it's
Well,
more like
where
short
would you run? You
sprints.
can't run. Like you can't. What do you?
No, he's just saying he would go for a run, not just like
I
run
die.
away. He would just go for a run.
That's really lame.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm a lame person.
If the world was for sure ending in 24 hours, I'd probably do every drug out there.
I would do all
Oh,
of the
whoa.
things ever. Like,
I would rob a bunch of
Okay.
people and then fly somewhere. Wait, no,
you're gonna waste
airports would
you're gonna
probably
waste
get
a few
closed.
hours flying somewhere, dude. Why not just stay at home and get yourself some good stuff, man?
Because there's people that I haven't met yet.
I would say something, but I have missionaries in the other room.
No one cares. Screw
Mission.
them.
What do you mean by? Oh wait, what?
So I'm not
Missionaries.
gonna say it.
Why do you
Tell
have
them-
missionaries at your
Tell them
house?
they can suck a butt.
I'm not going to do that. No, that's
You
not a
don't
thing.
like
Yeah,
that
to
I
be-
do.
anyway.
What?
A good Mormon.
He's not.
I'm not
So-
though. That's just the thing.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Well, why do you have a missionary at your house?
Because
other people
everybody
that
else
live
in
there.
my house is.
Missionary?
Duh. You're stupid.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what
No,
happens.
they're Mormons, not missionaries.
Yeah,
The missionaries are there talking to them.
exactly.
He called your family missionaries.
No,
Your
okay, you got that
family
backwards.
missionary.
My family isn't missionaries. My family is Mormon.
they're Muslim.
No, Mormon, not Muslim. Mormon.
So many M's.
What is your
Your
obsession
family
with
is a
Muslim,
missionary?
with Islam?
Probably because Joe told a Syrian Muslim that I was gay over the internet.
Are we gonna
Which,
get to
just
the
in
topic
case you
of-
didn't
That
know.
was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Syrian Muslims hate gay people. All right.
Well,
And
yeah.
Jews.
I mean, they hate like everything that isn't themselves out there. So
Therefore, they would want to kill me.
Uh,
Someone out
yeah,
there
pretty
wants
much.
me dead because
ISIS is gonna
Joe.
find you. ISIS is gonna find you.
Well, I'm sorry. What did you want me to do, huh?
He's probably trying so hard right now to track down my IP to find out where I live so he can kill me.
that was like 3 days ago.
Just because he was on a game of Shell Shock.
Yeah, totally. He's gonna
Just because I
track
was in
you
the
down.
wrong
Right.
game at the wrong time.
Wrong
of Shell
game,
Shock.
wrong
I'm gonna
time.
get myself killed. And the worst part about it was the fact he told him in German, so I couldn't defend myself because I didn't know. I don't know German, guys.
I was able to get the
Are you
gist of
sure?
it just because of my basic understanding of how.
That is
languages
the
work.
so guys, just in case you didn't know this is probably my last 24 hours on Earth because this dude.
Go do some drugs.
Okay,
buddy.
they're your last 24 hours. What are you gonna do with
Dude,
them?
it was just some random dude that we told in German.
I'm gonna take control of
A drug dealer.
16's mind, and I'm gonna have him find that Syrian Muslim guy. And I'm gonna make him kind of like, who knows?
Put Johnny twice.
Wait, you did what?
Nothing.
Oh no.
Idiot.
John, look at chat.
Alright, well, what about the next?
Just so you
topic?
know, I do not like butt stuff. Butt stuff
Yeah,
is
you
bad.
I don't
Love
agree
it.
with you.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
Wait, you
I
like
think you
butt
do.
stuff?
No,
John?
I'm saying I think you do like it, and you just don't want to admit to it.
It's a hit or miss.
You guys. Guys, help me!
Why'd you pop one?
No, I
No, it's just like
Fucking
I was,
general chat,
you know, I
please,
seen
please.
some pictures on the internet, and I was like, wow, that's an interesting orifice.
What? An interesting what?
Joe. This, all I did was put that in chat, and he
What did
just
you put in
instantly
chat?
popped online.
Oh, what did you put in chat?
Your dad said if a Muslim realized he was gay, your dad said he would have to stone himself.
I was trying to get
I
you all
love
to
it.
look in chat,
Oh,
and
I
I added you guys in the chat, and I said, "Can we talk about what if a Muslim realizes they're gay?" And Dad insta pops online and starts typing.
He would comment on that too. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. That's what
Right,
that's what
right,
they're
sure.
supposed to do, right?
Sure, let's say that.
That offends me.
Anyway, okay, so what about another topic of conversation, seeing as music obviously didn't pan out?
Go very well.
Yeah,
Fun stuff.
that didn't work. Okay,
Well, I mean, we skipped music anyway.
we tried to talk about it, but we got distracted by
Then we went to
Anti-jokes!
lunch for hours.
so
Worst times we've gotten wood.
Oh my goodness.
okay, 10th grade.
Oh,
10th grade. I'm gonna tell this story. Alright? It was 10th grade, English class. Alright? So, I'm going to preface this story.
1964.
I'm going to preface
The
this
Vietnam
story.
War has just begun.
I'm going to preface
The
this
bell rung.
story by saying my teacher, Mrs. Whitaker,
Very hot.
or not Whitaker, Whittier, Whitaker,
Whit-
Whitwer. There it was.
it's probably
Whitwer.
no.
Mrs.
I feel
Whitwer.
like I know where this is going.
Mrs. Whitwer. She had a strange relation to my foster parents at the time. She was my foster parents' daughter's husband's like foster sister-in-law. So there was like a really strange relation. She was basically part of the family. So anyway, the only problem with this is that she was fucking hot. All right, and she was wearing like
I just felt weird, guys.
a low cut shirt, and she dropped her pen on the floor right in front of my
Oh my
desk, and I
God.
sat in the front row. And instead of like bending her knees to go pick up her pencil, she bent straight forward to pick up her pen, and open shirt and all that stuff.
What
I
grade
saw
was this?
everything. 10th grade. I was a sophomore in high school. And
I
so
mean-
she was like under my desk essentially by the time she had reached all the way
God.
down. And she looked, when she rose back over my desk, she was looking directly at me. So I don't know like if she noticed anything, but it was really weird. It was really awkward, and class
Yeah,
was really strange
no.
for the rest of the year.
That's kind of like when you're
So that was
that's kind of like when
that was my story.
that's kind of like when your teacher bends over to help the student next to you and their butt's like right in your face.
Yeah, but a lot hotter.
But that's
'cause she
not-
was like young. She was only like 27, so she wasn't much older than myself. Like 10
Yeah,
years
guys,
older than me.
I just cut some hair from my happy trail with my
So what about you guys?
What?
a knife.
So what about you guys?
Do I have to?
If
No,
you
Waffles,
want
you don't
to.
have
You don't
to.
have to, but if you want
Waffles
to.
is like really young and
I'm only like
A year
not even
younger
a
than
year
you?
younger
I
than
know,
you.
but my stories are just too intense for me not to tell. So I'm gonna tell
Oh my
mine.
All
god.
right, then tell
I was
one.
sitting in my room and I looked
Okay,
at my
so
poster.
one day when I was a kid, and no, this is an even worse one. I don't even know if I should tell it because it's the absolute worst thing I've ever done. And on top of that, I had
Keep
I
going.
had it going on. So basically, I'm so ashamed that I'm telling the story, but basically, I was jumping on a trampoline, right?
Uh-huh.
And
So Dad's typing.
and I was okay. So like, I was in the I was in the back, my friend's backyard, right? And my friend just went to go get some food or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it was just me and his friend,
Sister?
right? And she was like pretty cool.
Oh.
She's pretty cool, and I'm still pretty cool with her today. I don't know how she doesn't find me like really weird today, but but anyway, so
Tell the story.
I was jumping on a trampoline, and at the time, I was like one of those kids that was. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those kids that would go commando, you know, commando style, right? And by the way, I instantly stopped doing that first day of middle school when I had to go to the locker room, and you know, anyways. First, so it's like I was jumping on a trampoline, right, and I had like I'm really skinny, so I have to wear belts or my pants like just like drop, right, and basically that's what happened. I wasn't wearing a belt that day, so my pants just like dropped, exposing everything, and I kind of had a thing going on, you know, and I was like younger, so it was like. I instantly got so like it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever been through my whole life.
Go get some pizzas out of the oven.
That's a shameful moment, man.
Can we not pass this topic? Because I need to hear all of it. This is way too funny to skip.
I'm deleting this archive when I'm done here because this cannot be heard about.
He's gonna be putting it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, you're right. But none of my friends know about John. Oh shoot, Tristan.
Tristan is watching the stream at one point.
Tristan's gonna have too much
he
fun
watched
with
the
the story.
beginning of the stream. Yeah, he's gonna have a blast with it.
Wait, was that actually Tristan?
Yeah. Tristan had joined for a few minutes.
Oh.
Alright. Next story, I guess? Anybody else got a story? Oh, good lord.
I think
Apparently the dogs have a story. Lily! Good lord. I need to build myself a soundproof box.
I'll be back. Oh god, ow.
Alright,
Hey, what's
so
going on?
maybe next topic then?
No.
Wait, 16 has a story to tell.
Okay, 16 has a story. Do you have a story?
I'll be
Jeff?
back as fast as I can.
Do you have a story, or are we moving on?
I don't know if I have any stories. Most of the times, if anything.
Come on, you know he does. He's just too ashamed to admit it. You remember, I just told the worst story.
I
Passable.
don't have many stories. I'm sorry. My life is extremely boring, and anything interesting that happens, I usually try to block it out.
Yeah, but you did that texting, and I didn't, so you have at least one story.
Turns out I don't have to get pizzas out of the oven because they were already gotten out of the oven.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Fine, I guess we're skipping.
So then on to the next topic. What is our next topic?
Yuppers. That would be da.
So
The
now-
harsh reality about butt stuff. Mason brings it up. Oh, okay.
Mason did in fact bring it up. How nice of you to note that for us.
What exactly does that mean?
What does that mean? What do you mean by the harsh reality of? What
What are we actually talking about?
Taking it in the butt.
Never done that.
Or
Never
give
done that
Never
either.
planned to.
I've never done that either, man.
I haven't either.
Given it.
Anti-jokes.
What's red and bad for your teeth?
A brick. Oh, but you know it's a good one.
What's black and white and red all over?
A dyslexic man walks into a bra.
That's a great.
I'm being such a smart ass right now.
Oh.
So, me and Dad are going back and forth on
Oh no.
And I said it's a podcast, so it's not.
Wait,
game
I got
streaming,
one.
though. Do I sound like a kid?
When is a door not a door?
Tomorrow.
When it's a jar?
No, when is a door not a door, John?
Tomorrow.
When it's a jar? Oh, to John.
When it hasn't been manufactured yet.
When is a
That was
circle not a
stupid.
circle?
When it's a square.
No. It's on a computer screen because they're pixels.
Hey, what does MILF stand for? Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
My initiative.
I'm gonna get
lacks farts.
assassinated for saying that.
My inauguration lacks farts.
What do you call a tree with no leaves?
A tree.
Dead.
But it regrows the leaves. I have one. So when is 99? I mean, wait, no. When is? 1 second. When is 99 bigger than 100?
Suck.
When is 99 bigger than
When?
100?
On a microwave.
What?
Because 100 is a minute, which is 60 seconds, but 99.
What is going on in your house,
I
John?
have no idea.
The missionaries are raping children.
Hey, guys, I got a funny one.
Wow.
Hey, Joe.
What?
Hey, Joe. What? Hey, Joe.
Wow.
What's worse than finding a worm in your apple?
6 million.
What's
Jews.
worse than I was
Wait.
just getting to that.
I've heard that one. I like
Wait, what?
it. What's...
Hey guys, you want to hear a poem I wrote for all the children? Roses are red, violets are blue. I got a gun. Get in the van.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I have a gun and I'll kill you.
I have got a poem written from the perspective of a dog. Roses are blue, violets are roses are gray, violets are a different shade of gray. Let's chase cars.
Hey, John. What did the boy with no arms and legs get for Christmas?
What?
Can't say.
What's worse than finding a worm? Wait,
It's so
I don't know
bad.
if this is the actual answer
That's
to what
so
you guys
bad.
are saying. But, like,
It's so bad. I feel so bad for saying that.
in Irish, I have an anti-joke.
Okay, what's your
Say it.
anti-joke?
An Irish man walks out of a bar.
He got drugged.
I already
out.
told that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he told it
I feel
before
like
this.
you're
You're on the same website I am. Get off. You're on
What's brown and sticky?
the Holocaust.
A stick.
Hey, why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
It wasn't. Numbers are not sentient and thus incapable of feeling fear.
Wow, that was
I didn't get
far
that one.
too logical.
Hey, what did the lawyer say to the other lawyer? We're both lawyers.
Wow, that's
I
a
have
great
one.
joke right there.
What would George Washington do if he were alive today? Scream
Kill
and
himself.
scratch at the top of his coffin.
Hey, I got a good one.
No.
What's worse than biting into an apple and finding a worm? Oh no, this one's so bad.
Here
I
we
can't
go.
say it.
Read it.
Getting raped by a giant scorpion.
I mean, yeah, that would be pretty bad.
Did you skip that one?
That escalated quickly.
You skipped two.
That
Hey, guys.
escalated very quickly.
Hey guys, I got a joke.
You?
This isn't even
7.
funny.
7.
Oh, I thought you weren't gonna skip that
7.
one.
Just the number 7. It's absolutely terrible. It's a joke. It's an odd number, for one. It's not evenly divisible by 4, so it drives me insane.
Hey,
What?
a man walks into a bar, except it was a mental bar, like a pole, so he got hurt.
Where'd you get that?
Hey guys,
Oh, speaking of which, hold on. I have a story. All right, so I had a foster brother. His name was Bo. All right, I can't use last names. But his name
Stephen
was
Hawking
Bo.
walks into a bar.
Hold on, I'm telling a story. This is a true story. This actually
wakes up.
happened. Okay, so we were out on the football field playing catch, and there was a lot of like equipment at the end of the field because we had just got done with football practice, and track team was doing their thing. And holy shit, there's a lot of noise happening in my apartment right now. So anyway, can you guys even hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Anyway, so I
Roundhouse
threw the
football.
ball to him, and I overthrew it because I wanted a little bit of a break to catch my breath and shit, because he was throwing it off to the side and shit, so I was running a lot. So I wanted to make him run, so I had a bit of a time to catch my breath. Anyway, I threw it over next to this really large metal thing, and he goes diving for the ball,
Oh
and
no.
smashes his face right into this big metal thing. And he just lays on the ground for a few minutes. And then he stands up and he walks over to me. He's like, I think I got a headache. And there's this gigantic lump on his face with like a little cut on it that's just bleeding a little bit. And it was just so funny.
Did you laugh at him?
I did laugh at him, but like our foster dad came over and he kept calling him something. I don't remember what it was. And a week later, we're in town. He stayed at the house with our foster dad, but the rest of us were all in town. And we get a text from my foster dad, and all he said was the one time he fucking listens to me, with no story. So when we get back, he tells us the story, and it was Bo again. They were sitting out on the porch, and a bear cub came into the yard and pulled the bird feeder off of the tree. And Bo had actually built that bird feeder, so it was kind of like his pride and joy out there, So this bear cub pulls it down and starts dragging it into the woods. And so Bo looks over at our foster dad and he's like, that bear cub is stealing my bird feeder. So our foster dad just looks at him and says, well, then go get it. Not thinking he would actually do it, obviously. So Bo runs out right out that door and tackles the bear cub and like rips this bird feeder out of his mouth. And runs back into the house, where our foster dad's just sitting there, like, the one time that you fucking listened to me is the one time I was being sarcastic.
Yo, that kid
And
must
Bo's
have had
just
balls, though,
looking at him
man.
like, what? You weren't serious? He was like, no, I'm not fucking serious. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't have even done that.
Yo, let's be real though. That kid must have had some major balls to
man,
do that,
he
man.
did so much stupid stuff that was just ridiculous. That could have
Hey, speaking of, I got a really funny joke.
Oh no.
What do you call a black guy driving a plane?
Bruh.
a pilot.
A pilot.
A problem.
What's the
Hey,
difference?
shut up! This is not supposed to be racist.
What's the difference
hijacking.
between a Ferrari and a dead baby?
Hey.
The
hey,
Ferrari's
John.
expensive.
Hey, John.
No.
John.
I don't have a Ferrari
John,
in my garage.
John.
What?
Ask me if I'm a tree.
You're dumb.
But
you have to
I
be
know that
tall
you
to
have
be-
about the IQ of a tree, so
Ask me if I'm a tree. I didn't ask you.
fine.
Tell
Are
her
you a
fur.
tree?
No.
That was so dumb. Why? What was the point of that?
I have no idea.
Well, okay.
Alrighty then.
What do you guys think of my next idea? When I have
Have you-
A Christian asks God why there is so much pain and suffering in the world. God does not answer.
Of course he doesn't. Why would he?
I have an anti here.
I think that idea is perfect, Joe. We should do it.
The WNBA.
What is it? I didn't read it.
Well, read it then.
Why?
Because why not?
Why?
Now, I haven't met many of them throughout my life, and the ones I have a few stories.
One of them's in this Discord.
Yeah, one of them is in this Discord right now.
How about me? I hate you guys.
We love you, man.
I'm autismic and I'm proud, alright? Shut up. Don't judge me.
Autismic.
Everybody's just gonna hear me talking in the background. They'll be like, "What is he talking?"
Like, I'm not okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? Here's the thing. Like, yeah, I have this thing known as autism, but I do have to say, for everyone that gets butt hurt by a joke that has a punchline with the term autism in it, I don't get why people get so offended. Like,
Right.
it's any time. You know, like, people, like, I have a sense of humor. That's what some people need to understand. People need to get a sense of humor. Because I can laugh at jokes about it, and I don't care. It's just, like, some people, though, get so offended so easily. You know, like, I don't know.
Things they don't even have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
That's what I was just
the
gonna say.
problem.
Most of them aren't even autistic people.
Like a car.
Wait, what?
No, I
What
don't
about
know.
a car?
Car?
I don't know.
How do you
I was
get
just
car out of autism?
I was just blurting out random crap.
That sounds autistic.
Wow. Okay. I
Kidding.
feel.
I'm kidding.
I'm offended.
Yeah, I'm very offended because Joe told a Syrian Muslim I'm gay.
Not only that,
German.
I said it in German.
I don't really care. If
It was
you
pretty
cry.
hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny.
Probably should never lie.
Okay,
All my
well,
friends are dead.
while we're on
Would
the
be doing it.
the topic of religion,
Oh God.
the Jewish religion is
Oh,
a
God.
religion that gets a lot of bad rep. All right,
Oh God.
Yeah, 'cause
mostly for being stingy.
Oh God.
So,
Oh, yeah.
That's a stereotype.
what is the most stingy
You're a
thing?
stereotype.
What is the most stingy thing you guys have done?
Well, one time in I don't know, it was in junior high.
They're pretty quiet.
We had this event at the end of, I don't know if it was marching band or the school year, where everybody, like, I don't know what it was. It wasn't organized by the school, but it was the kids. They would throw the coins into this container, and they just like toss it somewhere.
Is
Well,
he quiet for you guys too?
After they did that, I went back the next day and took all of the coins and brought them home. I don't remember where it was, but I remembered.
That's
Taking
actually
all
funny.
That sounds like something Joe would do.
It does sound like something you would do.
You know why?
Uh,
Because he's Joe.
Black.
Because he's black.
Wait, what? No, I'm not. I'm very far from that.
What about
so
you, Patrick?
bad, man.
What's the most stingy thing you've ever done, Patrick?
I know I'm not a saint,
that wasn't
but
the
I
most
can't
stingy.
remember.
Or a stingy thing that you've done?
I'm
One
not really a
moment where you
stingy
were
person. I
stingy.
can't really tell too much stories, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a horrible person, but I'm not all too stingy. Because, like, if I get money, without asking them what they want, I'll just buy people something.
Right, I'm generally pretty generous, but
Yeah, same here. Like, I bought
I can
bought
think of
waffles,
a few
that
moments
one
where I was pretty stingy.
Oh,
Name one.
One really
My
bad
brother's
time.
Gatorade, and I didn't.
Okay. So guys, I used to do trading on Team Fortress 2. It's this
Oh,
game
no.
where you like have hats and stuff. And there's these hats called unusuals, and they're really, really expensive. Well, my buddy, my old buddy, gave me one as a gift because he was
Oh,
leaving
God.
Team Fortress 2, and he said, you know, keep this because I ain't ever playing this game anymore.
Why would someone leave
15
Team
minutes
Fortress?
later, I sold the thing.
Why?
You,
Of course
you know
you
what
do.
was the worst thing I've done? Some dude accidentally gifted me a game. Alright?
That was like last
Yeah.
week.
No, this is a different instance.
I feel like I know this. I've been told this.
This is a different instance, though. They bought me GTA,
Oh no.
$60 game, right?
Mhm.
They're like, oh shoot, I meant to buy this for my cousin or someone close to me like that, right? Can you please refund it to me? Or just hit the refuse button. And let me tell you guys, I seen this message before I hit the accept trade button or whatever, right? So I read this message, and then I proceeded to hit. I feel like this is okay, but anyways, I proceeded to hit accept gift after I read that message, and then I continued to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't refund it, man. I'm sorry." But the worst part about that whole story was I managed, because this was around the time I just got Steam, right?
Uh-huh.
So I managed to sell my account for $60 right after I accepted that gift. So I wouldn't have to deal with him yelling at me for accepting the gift,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
so I
sold your
could take
Steam
the
account?
monies. Yeah, I sold my old Steam account, which I had accepted GTA 5 on for.
Oh.
So I basically stole his. So I basically took his gift copy that he accidentally gifted to me, and then I sold my account so I could get money, because you can't refund. If I was to refund it, the money would go to him or whatever. So I just sold my account with the game on it.
It's actually pretty.
I was like, yeah, but I feel really bad about it.
Total douchebag move though.
No, yeah, it totally was.
I've gone to sit in
I feel
I've gone to sit in restaurants and they didn't pay. Walked out before
That
they could
is
hand me my
just-
bill.
that is just.
Just
That's
get up, walk
just
walk
smart.
towards the bathroom, and then
Yeah, you just
go
walk
straight-
toward
jump
the
out the
bathroom,
window.
pretend you're going to the bathroom, jump out the window. It's not like it was it's not like I was breaking into somebody's house. Like,
Is this a window that's out in the open, or is this a
But-
window that's in the back?
but I've done that before. Most recently at a buffet.
Oh, the buffets that are in Texas, you have to pay before you get in.
Not in Minnesota.
I've done. I went to a park, right? And at this park, there happened to be a family party, right?
Mhm.
I feel so bad for this one. There was like people were just like I don't know, they went out to play a game or whatever, like of softball, and I took a plate
Oh.
and just started eating like all of their food.
Oh well.
I felt so bad though, man.
Sometimes
like-
we'll go to the park.
I was like 12 at the time. Alright.
Oh.
I'm a better person now.
Since we're on like
Oh.
13 minutes left, do you want to do the questions now?
What?
Oh yeah.
What I got?
Wait, crap! I already lost my question.
But yeah, we can get to him.
For me, my question is, what is the worst thing you've ever done?
The worst thing I've ever done. I don't want to go first. Somebody else go first.
Wait, we can ask. Oh.
You got to answer his
Never mind,
question.
never mind,
Seeing
never
as he asked his question,
Worst thing I've ever
answer
done.
his question. Answer his question.
Hardcore meth.
The worst thing you've honestly.
I'm
Make
kidding.
something up. What? These aren't mine.
Worst thing I've ever done.
One bag of each to try. And
They aren't
Oh,
all
God.
mine, I swear.
I've done way
Sorry.
too many bad things.
What? They're not
Damn.
mine. They were. I didn't even put them there.
Damn.
Anyway, somebody else answer his question. Worst thing you've ever done.
Why can't John go?
Because I need time to think about it. Because I don't. One
Worst thing
incident
I've ever
pops into my
done.
head, and it's something I don't want to talk about.
Mason, make a long story.
Butt stuff.
That was a very short story. Longer.
I'm kidding. Okay, so like, I'm gonna tell them the story about me breaking my pinky because I haven't told that yet.
That's not the worst.
That's not the
thing,
worst.
though.
No, like the worst action you've ever performed. The worst thing you as a person have ever done.
Breaking my pinky up
No.
my brother's bum.
I think. Okay, specify. Wait, what? I need to hear that
What did I
story.
just
Forget
hear?
the other story. I want to hear that one.
You never heard the origin story behind my broken pinky?
I want to hear
You
that
said a
story.
slip and slide.
Yes, no, it was a slip and slide.
Why
My
were
brother
you
was sitting
both
at the
naked
bottom.
Hold on, shut up. I need to hear
Parents
Mason's story.
But it was a slip and slide. My brother was sitting at the bottom. My parents were like, "You need to go have fun because here your uncle is. He's like 60-year-old, and he's like flying down a slip and slide. So you gotta get on a slip and slide, have some fun." So literally, the first time I go down, my brother's sitting at the bottom, just sitting
Your
there,
brother's having more fun.
hugging his legs, right? You know, like sitting down in that position, where he's hugging his legs, right? And here I go, arm wide out, my hand.
Your pan?
My hand just lodges right up mainstream.
How?
And I break my pinky.
It got lodged where?
Yeah, where did it go?
Be more
Main
specific,
street.
Mason.
Sitting down?
Be more specific. You're on a slip and
Mainstream.
slide. So here's the set. Backyard, slip and slide. You're not on the slip and slide alone.
I've actually been picturing the slip and slide in the Grand Canyon.
Where did your finger go?
In the Grand Canyon.
Up the booty.
Up whose
The
booty?
Grand Canyon.
Whose?
The booty.
Whose?
So your parents told you to have fun, but
Brother.
you let your brother have all the
You. Are you telling me that you want him to stick his pinky up your butt?
Oh, I didn't like it.
No, I was talking to Patrick.
We didn't go to any movies.
Like it. It happened. No one liked it.
Okay, Patrick, worst thing you've ever done.
I forgot it because I've been laughing so hard. Sean, why can't you go?
Because I have one thought in mind and I don't want to say it.
Worst thing I've ever done.
I might be forced to say it though.
Yeah, you're forced to say it.
I did say we had to answer them honestly. Okay, answer the question.
Worst thing I've ever done.
Worst thing you've ever done.
My blades breaking. Sorry.
Just answer the question.
Does Joe
Patrick.
have to answer it as well?
Yes, you have to answer your own question as well.
I will do
Joe's
that
turn.
last. Since I
Yes.
asked the question.
Aww.
The idea is the last or the person to ask the question answers it last. So go ahead and answer it,
Worst
and
thing
then
I've
I'll
ever-
answer.
Right. Hold on, sorry. I have to mute my mic
I've been
for a
waiting
second.
for a minute. Come on, go already.
Alright.
Joe's starting to get impatient.
I get that.
I gotta think of something because I haven't done many horribly bad things in my life.
See? You're still thinking of it and
Okay,
you're the one
well,
who thought of the question.
If you guys are gonna take forever, I'm just gonna quickly say what I have to say.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh no!
I don't want to say it.
Oh,
Say it, John.
I don't want to say it.
I know what it is.
Send me a message about it. Can you?
It
Or
starts
just?
with, begins with a K. I mean,
Huh?
no. Never mind. Wrong
Tell
word.
us.
Well, it started with some and it ended with a boy. So, you know, a son. So-
Wait. So did you do a boy?
No, god damn. What? Yes, hi. What?
Which one did you?
Come on,
I
tell the story.
ate a little bit of all of them. I'm trying.
The man.
do
He's
something
talking
here,
about
though.
the boys. He's talking about the boys.
What?
The
Since everybody
one
already
up
knows how
there
that
are yours.
I didn't say any of
Did
them
you
were
hear
mine.
that? Did you hear that, Waffles? He said he ate all
they're
of
not
them.
mine. They're everybody's.
Yeah, and by the way, little miss, you want?
I'm still trying
Yeah,
to
if you
think
want
of
some
something.
licorice, there's some licorice up there too.
I know
Anyway.
I know the worst thing I've done.
Okay, then say it so that I can try to come up with something different because I don't want to tell this story.
Wait, I know the worst thing John has done.
I don't want to say it.
Mason,
Is it the story I'm thinking of, John?
I think it's
it's the story you're
thinking of.
thinking of.
It's probably the story
Does
you're
it-
thinking of, but I
Does
don't
it have
want
to
tell
do with your family?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then yes, I know what it is.
I don't
alright.
really want to say it.
Yeah, I could see why you wouldn't want to say that one.
That's quite bad. That's like
But it's basically the only, like, horrible
That's
thing I've ever
like-
done.
But do you
I
think
didn't hear
you've
it.
improved
What
from
was
your ways?
I mean, yeah. To be fair, they don't really talk
Can
to
I
me
say
now
mine
anyway.
now?
If you're
So
a
whatever,
better
just
person,
go. Just go, Patrick. I'll
Okay,
think on this
you still
for
have
a couple
to-
more minutes.
Okay. So I was at my grandma's with my family and stuff, and we're all just playing in the driveway, you know, having some fun times, running around with my dog, well, my old dog, and so me and my brother started playing around. I don't know what we're doing, and we had this like little metal like chair that we would sit on. It's like red and it has foam on the top where you sit, and I was a little kid, so I was just messing around with it, and I threw it.
Wait, what'd you throw? Sorry, I was focused on something else.
A small metal red chair,
Okay.
and I was like playing with my brother in the driveway, and I threw the red chair.
At him?
I wasn't trying to, but I think this is the reason why I want to be a quarterback, because I hit him dead straight on the forehead with the leg.
that sounds hot. I'm kidding.
What were we talking about, Mason?
John, your turn.
I still don't know if I want to tell this story.
Just tell
Just
it. Just
tell
get it
it.
over with.
Do it.
Just get it over with.
I impregnated somebody else's wife.
And
You
My-
want to say who else's wife?
My brother's wife.
And how much long before their
How much long? What?
how long before their ceremony?
It all started 3 days before their wedding.
Was it like an affair, or did they ask you?
Well,
to...
it started as an affair,
But his
but
bro
then
was
he
cool
found
with it.
out and like
he was mad, but
was
mean,
mad at first, but
kinda-
got over it and allowed it to continue. So
Wait, allowed it to continue?
yeah, that's what got me.
Wait, so was
What?
is it okay? So question: is your brother like okay? Don't I hope this doesn't offend, but is your brother a cock? Like, is he into it, or is he like?
No, it's not like he watched.
Oh, I should have.
Just
Kidding.
Now
That would have made things really awkward. But then she got
now
pregnant.
he has a kid.
After they had been trying for over a year. And then within just a couple of months, she got pregnant. So,
She got a bump in her belly.
yeah. The funny part
Little did
is,
you know
we were
that bump
talking
in her
about
belly
him
was-
probably being sterile, and she's pregnant again. So,
John
we'll find out how that goes. I haven't seen them since they kicked me out of their house. So,
Oh, you got kicked
Wait,
out.
so
yeah,
You knew
when
you
we
were
moved to
doing-
Wyoming,
living-
and he
and
didn't care.
yeah, I was living with them.
You knew that he knew, and then whenever he finds
Yeah,
out about
he
the
knew
baby,
that I
he
knew,
kicks
and
you
he
out.
knew that I know, or and he knew that I knew that he knew about it because we had conversations. Like,
But he kicks you out whenever.
oh no, he kicked
whenever
me
she
out
has a
because I was like freaking out on them for stuff, and they
About
kicked me
like
out.
what?
baby. Oh,
Well, because they were like
don't
telling me I
remember.
needed to get on medications because I had like anger problems and all this stuff, and they were telling me
Let's
I needed
be
to get
real.
on meds and stuff. I was like, "No."
Let's be real. I think we all have like that one like
Yeah, we all have
medical
a thing that's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get angry over it. We all have one thing.
no, not even
that's like-
angry. Just like we all have
a
that thing that
weakness.
like
everybody has a
yeah,
weakness.
yeah, like you know,
And-
mine is. I think I
Mine-
told you guys this, but like I straight up legitimately hear screaming.
Yep. While you're trying to
Often.
go to sleep was when
It's
you
not
said
even.
it
It's not
started.
even just when I'm trying to go
Yeah,
to sleep
I'm just
anymore.
saying like that's how you said it started. Was
Yeah,
initially
it's
just
like-
when you were trying to go to sleep. But yeah, my weakness is I have anger issues. I do. I have an anger problem. I've learned
I
to
think it runs in the
control
family.
it, but I do have an anger problem.
For me, I just find it really hard to do stuff I'm not told to do.
That's
So,
anybody
like-
in the world.
So,
No,
like,
no,
if
no,
you're
no,
not
no,
told to
like-
do it, you probably won't
Wait,
do it.
oh,
Yeah, I it's hard for me not
The
to do it
opposite.
if I'm not told to. It's strange.
Like so like chores that you're just expected to do, you're bad at doing it. If you're not told specifically, you're bad at doing them.
Yeah, kind of like that.
All right. Well, anyway, my
That's my
story
little
is
brother.
done. So now it's Joe's turn to tell his story. Worst thing you've ever done.
All right, so
that
like
was
I
all.
said, I haven't done a lot of bad stuff throughout my life intentionally, but when I was a kid, I don't know how young I was, but it was right when I first started getting told to walk my dog.
Mhm.
And back then, I didn't know you were supposed to pick up the extremities after they are dropped on the ground, right? And so for the
Yeah.
first few months, whenever I walked the dog, I would never pick any of the poop up because I didn't know I was supposed to and I didn't know how to.
Well, that's not even
and-
that bad.
That might not be bad, but then again,
Some people
a lot of
see it
old
as
people
terrible,
live in
though.
my neighborhood.
Yeah.
A lot of old people live in my neighborhood.
and
so
they
I
might
just
see it
find
as
that
terrible.
to be horrible.
Yeah.
You know what's the weirdest thing I've seen in my life?
Hmm.
I was on a walk, right? And this old dude had his window like his like shades wide open, right?
Mhm.
And I was walking past their house. They had their windows open too, right? And I was a really curious kid, right?
Wait, what am I telling her? To
And-
come home?
Ask her if she's staying the night or what she's doing.
Okay.
But anyways,
Sorry.
I was a really curious kid.
Oh no.
And when I was a kid, I wanted to be the superhero, right? I even had a name. And I legitimately thought I could be the superhero. His name was X32. So I was walking past this person's house, and I heard what I thought was screaming from a woman.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was screaming, but of a different kind, not like of distress or anything. It was, something way
Love
different.
moaning.
So, yeah, big time. It was very loud, you know. It was very loud, so I got really scared. I was like, "Oh my god," I was like, I was like getting really nervous, and I was actually about to tell a few people to call 911. You know, I was like, all like really nervous, and I was like, "Hey, you hear that?" And they just like, and they just continued walking away, and I basically sat there. And I actually stood up and like went to go ring their doorbell to make sure everything was okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I rang their doorbell.
Did they answer?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just the old dude in a robe, and he's like,
Oh.
"Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Is everything okay in there? I think I hear an old lady getting hurt." And he's like, "Oh, it's just fine." It was just really awkward. Like we just made like really awkward eye contact as I was like sitting there, like for like about a good 30 seconds of just really awkward eye contact. And then he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now," and he did, and he ended up like shutting all of his windows afterwards. And I just like went back home. It was.
Did you tell your parents?
No, I didn't tell my parents because I didn't know what to say.
Did you know what was going on? Like after? the
No,
whole
I never figured
mom's
it out
there?
until
No.
just like when I got older and I realized that it wasn't like screaming. It sounded different.
Anyway, all right. Next
I love
question.
that. Like you find
Who
out
wants-
something as you're older,
Who wants
and
to
then
ask
you
their
look back.
question
Oh,
next?
oh God, I still haven't. I just realized we've been stuck on this one question.
Partially because of you.
Oh yeah, I'm
Me?
sorry about that.
No, not
Oh.
you, Patrick.
My titties are hot.
All right, question.
John was the one that was thinking of not or to say it. I actually got to it.
Anybody want to ask their question next?
Mason.
Or
should I ask Seriously, Mason.
John, you go.
Okay. So, I didn't really write it out properly. It's written
It's
out.
okay.
What exactly? How exactly did I write it out? What is your life dream? But what I really meant is like, if you could do one thing with your life, what would it be?
Millionaire porn star.
Is that a serious answer, or is that?
No, I'm
just a
kidding. I
throwing
want to
out a
be.
sarcastic
I
response?
legitimately want to be a drummer, dude.
Okay.
Like like this. I think I told you guys that I'm putting all I have into music and songwriting,
Mm-hmm. But like,
which is why I predict
For a
I'm gonna
specific
die
kind of
before I hit
band?
40.
or
No, just anything. I'd like to prefer, I prefer jazz drumming, but let's be real, jazz is dying, and it really depresses me to say that because it's just, like it's just not it's not a genre that appeals to the mainstream anymore, which is really depressing.
because young people don't really listen to it, and that's who's mostly listening to music these days because there's more of them.
Yeah, like think about it though. It's gonna be 2020 in a few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think when the 2020s come back, we should totally bring back jazz, or like as a 100-year
I
reunion.
mean, I agree. I like jazz.
Whether it's electro
You
swing,
like jazz?
I do like.
whether it's electro swing or just anything, I don't care. They just need to bring back jazz.
agree.
Preferably the traditional, but I
Mhm.
also do enjoy electro swing, personally.
All right. Who wants to answer next?
What was the question? I'm currently
If
reading
you
a
could do
thing.
one thing with your life, what would it be?
Crap. Many things. So, what does this mean? Like,
Like one
if I
major
could
thing, like
be
a
at
life
a
goal.
point,
You could literally, if you could do literally anything in your lifetime and be successful with it, what would you choose?
be the CEO of Microsoft, or dude, bro.
I mean, you'd make an ass load of money, that's for sure.
Why? I mean, yeah, that's true, but like,
But not for the money.
that would be boring though. Wait, if you're not doing it for the money, then what would you to do? Like, why
Patrick
the
likes
CEO? of
electronic
I-
stuff.
I can make
I mean,
sure
yeah.
that everything could go right and how everyone as a
Why not like
child
a
would
game
want it to be.
developer?
If I'm a CEO, Microsoft has its own game developing, so I could be like, yo, can you do this instead of that? Because nobody likes this. They like that. So, yeah.
But I don't think you'd be in charge of like writing the ideas of video games and stuff, would you, as a CEO?
But if somebody does it wrong, I can just be like, boom, gone.
I guess, yeah, you can.
And then just hire someone new.
Okay,
Like,
that works.
Yo,
No, I haven't got a
yo.
response.
I have a question for you guys.
What is Joe still hasn't answered the question, and then I need to answer.
Joe.
What?
Answer the question.
This is gonna sound extremely boring to you, but all I want to do in life is live bold and die happy with a nice household, be a wife and a kid, with a steady income. That's it. I don't want to be rich.
Nothing
I don't wanna
spectacular.
No, I don't want
Just
to be a
to be yourself.
leader. I just want to.
Just be you and be
Long.
happy.
The only reason why
I mean, that's-
the only benefit, I mean, I'd like to say the
That's
same
nice.
thing. I'd like to say the same thing, but the only reason why I want to be famous is not because of people. I don't care about the people's opinions of me, but I just want to get a high enough income to literally do whatever the hell I want. You know what I mean? Like outside of my job, like I mean, drumming's gonna take up a lot of time and stuff, but I want to be able to travel, man. Because with drumming, if I were to become a famous drummer, right, and if I was to start making millions of dollars, through a band or songwriting, right, I could literally travel to any place I want, and that's the only upside I see of being rich and famous, is just being able to get whatever you want, basically. I mean, I know it sounds really stingy, not like stingy, but it sounds
Really
really
selfish.
yeah, really selfish, and like really, it sounds really like I'm being really what's the word? It sounds like I want to spoil myself, but the point is I just want to make the best of life. You know, with life's short. You know, I'm not just doing like I mean, yeah, I get it. People would be like, oh, he's, I could see why people would be mad like that. You know, like, oh, you don't want to do real work. You know, you don't want to. But the thing is I just like I don't care about what other people think of me. I don't care if people are gonna look down on me for like having all this money. You know, having all this stuff.
Mama's never
But
gonna be home.
I personally just want to be able to enjoy life,
She's
man.
gonna stay the night.
No,
with
I
my,
mean, she's already between her nanas and camps and everything else. She's already gonna be gone a
Alright.
month out of the
Got
summer.
it.
But yeah, I just want to
She's
enjoy
already
life,
into
man.
another
That's all I want to
week-long
do.
thing with the church,
Oh, good lord.
with some youth conference thing out of town.
Okay, so my turn to answer the question. I want to be able to help people. Like, I know that sounds really, really vague. I did go to college for a little while. I was
No, I understand.
dual majoring in criminology and psychology because I wanted to be a criminal profiler. And, take down the bad guys, essentially, and make the world a safer place. That's what I wanted to do. It's what I still want to do. But, I don't have the money to go back to school and all that good stuff, so unfortunately, that route isn't available to me at this point in time. So, I don't know, but that's what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do.
Here's a good question. John, it's not too late for, because I hear that you'd like to write stories, and here's where my question comes in. Here's where my question comes in. For all the people that have the creative mind enough to think up these things, what stories have you been... What was the best story you've thought up in the last while, like recently?
Look in general chat, clean, then you'll know.
I hate you guys.
What? No, I'm serious.
I
Alright, seriously? I'm sorry.
forgot what the question was. Best story? Okay, best story. Well, I don't know about best story, but I'm currently actually writing one on my computer here.
Point is, but like, what's the best idea you've thought up? And so in that case, that would probably be the story that you're writing right now.
Yeah.
The best idea you thought up in a
It
while.
is a story about a young man who he's been away from home for a while, and his parents get murdered by a serial killer who's roaming around the country killing people, and it's basically his struggle with learning to feel again, because he was diagnosed with I forget all of the terms now. I had it all. And he basically can't feel emotion anymore. I forget what it's called at this point. I'm way too tired.
Did he lose his sense of
Fucking-
love and romance?
But he just doesn't really feel emotion, and it's his struggle to
Yeah.
try to get back to who he once was, because his life had fallen apart, while also trying to find the person who murdered his parents and bring him to justice.
My story is wild. All right. It's one of those dystopian futures, but it's also kind of it's more of a screenplay I want to write, but I don't know. Like I want to see it come true, But it's basically okay. So it's kind of like the Fallout universe where it's in the future, but it feels like everything's from the '60s, just with more advanced technology in certain places, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, but basically it's like that. And basically the world is having a problem with overpopulation. Terrorism isn't a huge problem, right? It's not about terrorism. It's just about like, basically it's like still, like I said, stuck in the '60s. So it's kind of like a giant Cold War is going on while, this other stuff is going on. But as I said, basically there's one power that managed to take control of the world, right? And basically they're making society a perfect thing, right? And basically to deal with overpopulation, any person that commits the pettiest of crimes will get basically executed by the state, right? and basically it's about
Sociopath. That was the word.
it's about. Oh, it's okay, but anyways, it's the story is basically about a guy who gets falsely convicted for a crime he didn't commit. Which if you're wondering what the crime is, it's a bank robbery. So basically, the state is trying to execute him. You know, trying to basically take him out because he did. Because he like I said, you know, they're dealing with overpopulation, so they're just trying to take out anyone that's committed the lowest crime.
Future. Sorry.
You know, it's just, you know, so they're trying. It's you know, the world is overpopulating, so they have to get rid of the bad guys, basically. You know, even if it's a petty crime, you know, such as grand theft or just, you know, robbing a bank or whatever. I mean, I haven't really completely decided what crime it is, but I want to make sure the crime he is. I want to make sure it's a small crime, like not something you should be, like, not a small crime, but like, I want it to be something dramatic, but at the same time not worth getting executed for, right?
Right.
But either way, he was falsely convicted of it, right? And basically, it's him trying to defend himself from the state as they try to execute him, even though he's never, you know, even though he's not the wrongdoer, you know.
Right.
I think it's a pretty interesting idea. I just came up with it in the shower this morning, and I'm really excited to start it. You know, to start writing it out, man. What did you think of the idea? I mean,
it sounded good to me.
That's good to hear. There was like one other story I did though. It's like a dramatic World War II story that I started writing, but I'm not good with I don't know how like recruitment works, right? I don't know how recruitment works for the military and stuff like that. So as a kid, you know, I started writing this story. It was a pretty dramatic story, right? Where I just took it upon myself to like make up kind of something, you know, because I'm not gonna be really, I'm not gonna be like super accurate with facts. So I decided to make my own universe out of it, you know. Basically World War II, but instead of there being like the traditional recruitment style, it was a contractor, you know, basically tell them, hey, do this and I'll pay you, right? Because I'm bad at, I mean, I'm not really accurate with information. I'm too lazy to look some things up, right? So basically, it's some dude. It's some dude. He's like my age, 16. You know, basically starting to get towards that age where he can be recruited. You know, but he's still not old enough, right? But basically, his family is financially struggling because they're kind of still taking a huge hit, because I think that was around the time. Basically the economy just crashed, right? Wasn't it the 30s where the Great Depression, or when was the Great Depression?
30s.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, his family is still struggling from those days, right? Because back in the 30s, they actually went homeless and stuff like that. But basically, he's trying to get some funds in any way, shape, or form he can to basically save his family. You know, he's being selfless, you know, to try to get these funds. So basically, he finds an ad in a local newspaper, you know, basically recruiting men about the age of 18 to do missions out and like, you know, basically like stealth missions, like undercover missions out in Europe, right? For World War II to help the Allies, and basically he finds out eventually that you know, because he made a deal with the contractor, and he's like, hey, you know, just don't give this money to me, send this money to my family, because I want them to be financially stable, stuff like that, blah blah blah. Basically, he comes back a few years later. I'm skipping all the dialogue in between because it's gonna take forever if I continue. But basically, yeah, I'm sorry. But basically, he comes back and realizes that his family has basically passed away because they didn't get the money they were supposed to receive. So he kills his contractor.
Bruh.
Alrighty then.
Who just said bruh like that?
That would be me.
Patrick did.
Yeah, that's very disrespectful, Patrick. I tried, alright.
No, I'm saying, bro, why did he... Who killed this... Why did he kill his I'm confused.
Because his
He
family
killed the
didn't get money.
contractor. Yeah.
I'm confused. I
His
haven't
family
been
didn't
paying
get the money,
attention.
so
I'm
they
trying to
passed
look at
away. The
radar.
family died. His family died because they didn't get the money. He made, the deal to.
Oh well, that guy deserves to die.
So wait, Mason, what was your question you're asking people?
But yeah, like, do you write stories? And if you do, what, what was your most recent, breakthrough idea?
I do not write stories.
Then what was all that stuff in the chat before?
That was
That was
awful.
just me.
No, the
Messing
stuff
around.
that you were writing about, like
Okay,
breaking
do
the
you wanna
conditioning.
hear- Okay, do you want to hear my story? I will tell you my greatest story.
I'm down to hear it.
Hold
Grace.
on,
no.
let me get it up. I gotta read you
Yo,
something.
guys, I don't want to be like, yeah, but check the document, cause, hold on. Yeah, continue.
Hold on, I gotta find this. Let Waffles tell his best story.
Best story? Okay.
Okay, never mind.
It's
I
gotta
found
be-
it. I got it up.
Aw.
Alright, here is my greatest story I've ever written. If I can zoom in on this, as I can. 9/11 was an inside job organized by the Jewish deep state that has been present in the United States government since before the creation of the state of Israel. 9/11 was a conspiracy to bring the U.S. into the Middle East to give Israel more power through proxy wars in the area. I am breaking the conditioning. The government is turning the fogs gay with chemtrails. Area 51 is harboring intergalactical Jews who invaded Earth in the year 2299 BC and killed Jesus, starting the Holy War, which killed more Muslims and non-Christians than any other war, thus giving the Jews more power because of a lack of non-Jews in the world. Hitler was right. These people are out for the world. Beware. That's my best story.
That was hot. That was.
Now
just-
Patrick needs to answer
Yeah.
the question.
Okay. So
And then he needs to ask his question, and then we'll wrap it up.
this is gonna be really long. So okay. Hopefully, nothing cuts out. The internet doesn't die or anything like
Just
that while
go
I'm doing
before
this.
your
Anyway.
internet does.
A man walks into a bar and pauses at the other end of the bar. There's this guy with a big orange head just kind of sitting there, mooning into his drink. So the man asks the bartender, "Say, what's up with the guy with the big orange head?" And the bartender says, "It's an interesting story. Buy him a drink and maybe he'll tell it to you." So the man walks over and introduces himself and offers to buy a round. The guy with the big orange head says, "Yeah, I'll bet you want to know the story, huh?" To which the man replies, "Sure, if you don't mind." The man with the big orange head sighs and says, "I've gone over it in my mind a million. Basically, it's like this. I was walking along the beach one day when I stubbed my toe on something. I looked down and there was an antique brass lamp. I had picked it up and dusted it off a little, when all of a sudden an enormous genie pops out. The genie thundered, 'You have released me from my 10,000-year imprisonment, and I am in your debt. I will grant you 3 wishes as a token of my gratitude.' The man at the bar is agape." The guy with the big orange head continues, "So I said, 'Wow, okay. Well, my first wish is to be fantastically wealthy.' The genie says, 'Your wish is granted.' And all of a sudden, I have rings on my fingers and a crown on my head, and my wallet is full of money and a dozen ATM cards and the deed to a mansion in the hills. I mean, I was loaded. So I said, 'Amazing. Okay, for my next wish, I want to be married to the most beautiful woman in the world.' The genie says, 'Your wish is granted,' and the ocean parts, and out walks this gorgeous woman in this beautiful dress. And she takes my hand, and we fall in love, and the genie marries us right there. It was incredible. The genie booms. 'You have 1 wish remaining.' The man with the big orange head pauses and sips his beer. He says, 'And now you know this may. I wished for a big orange head.'"
What?
Don't get it.
The only things I heard was beer. I wish for an orange head.
He said
And
this
a man
may come
walks
as a
into a bar.
surprise, but I wished for a big orange head.
Why would he ask for that though?
I don't know.
I don't know. You have. I don't know. It's just there.
Hey,
What's okay? Your
hey.
question now.
Okay, yeah. Now
my,
you gotta,
wait, my question.
Wrap it
You
up!
gotta ask your question.
Patrick has to ask his question, and we all gotta answer it. Chill out. We're almost done.
I had it right before. Okay, I'm just gonna make up a new one.
Quickly. Mason's getting
Yeah.
impatient now.
Yeah.
Nigerian Captain Crunch is great.
What?
I hope that's not his question.
What does Nigerian Captain Crunch taste like?
No, an actual question.
I know.
It tastes like nothing because Nigeria has no food.
Why is Mason so racist? That's my
Because
Not
he's a
racist,
douche.
It's true.
It's true.
You're
I
a
know.
terrible person.
But
it's
racism can still be true.
I realize it's a fact, but just because it's a fact doesn't mean it
Hate
needs to be
facts
vocalized.
don't exist.
Just ask us a question, Patrick.
Um.
This is why
Favorite
I told
color.
you like an hour before the
I
stream.
know. But every time I get into like, whenever I read the story, I forgot it because I was reading the story. I had one.
Did you not write it down somewhere?
Mm-mm.
There's your mistake.
What would a Muslim do if he was gay?
An actual question. We've already gone over this.
He would stone himself.
No, I seriously can't think of anything.
You just come up.
Alright,
with,
rest in peace.
just come up with something, man.
I'm trying.
Just a question
I know.
that
I know.
you just want to know the answer to. You want to know our answers to. Something that could give you an introspection, that would be like looking into who we are as people.
I just willed myself.
Standing at the gates of heaven, and God asks
Kidding.
you, "Why would I let you in?" What do you reply?
Holy balls.
Because I have followed your every commandment.
I'd say, nah, bro. Let me kick it back with Satan.
Wow. I'd probably say the same thing, though.
Let me just kick it back with a few beers because
I'd probably,
let's be real.
I would probably take it about the same way I take it every time I have a job interview, and they ask what makes me more like what makes me more suited for the job than the other applicants. Nothing. I'm just like everybody
Well,
else. It's up
Here's
to
the
you.
thing. Here's the thing. The Bible says if we're going off the Christianity version of hell, basically what hell is, according to Christianity,
Eternal torture.
is just the absence of God.
No, it's eternal torture. It's eternal
Oh.
damnation.
I was told that's just the absence of God.
No, it's eternal damnation.
Oh. Well, either way,
You are eternally
If I
being
could-
tortured in the way that is worst for you specifically.
I'm just cutting off hairs from my happy trail with my knife.
So yeah, I'd
Alright,
probably
so
be
who
like,
hasn't
I don't know, man.
answered?
I'd just be like, bro,
It's like I don't know.
Bro,
I mean, obviously
let's
you're
just-
here. I'm here.
I
Maybe,
come with a blunt,
I don't know.
and I'm just kidding, dude.
You know.
I think.
Can I
God
say
would-
that wasn't the serious question?
Okay, then what was the serious question?
What would you do with 3 wishes?
Ask
I would
for more
wish-
wishes?
I
And
would
Okay,
wish
we're
can't
going
ask
to
for more
assume that
wishes.
asking for more wishes is not allowed.
You know what I would do?
Hmm.
I would ask to be a wizard who can make.
Oh my
and
God,
use his own
no.
spells. That is what I would wish for.
But you get 3 wishes, so what about your other 2?
A lot of money. And a beautiful wife.
I'd ask for a lot of money, and to look great. So I don't necessarily have to commit, but I can still have a lot of the sex. I'm kidding. If I'm being dead serious, I really do want a companion. So yeah, I'd like a nice wife as well. To be honest with you
But
guys.
you have 3 wishes.
Yeah, so
fine.
nice wife, a lot of money,
And a big head.
and
A
if
big
I have a
orange
lot of money, I can get anything. So I just like ignore that third wish.
I would just want to be happy.
Yeah, same. I mean, okay, you know what? Here, also my third wish is eternal, like
Eternal happiness. A life
No,
of
yeah.
happiness.
a life of happiness. Because really, I wouldn't say eternal life
Yeah,
because
right. No eternal life.
I'd
no,
get
thank you.
tired of it eventually, and I'd be like, just kill me off, man.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
you save back one wish. You ask for eternal life as your second wish, and then you wait like 12,000 years, and then you wish to die.
That's
Whoa.
actually a really smart idea.
But then the genie would just be in prison that entire time, and he'd be like, "Bro, I'd
No,
rather
he'd have
be
to
in."
hang around with you,
But
which means he
Genie
gets
is
to
a
be out of the
secret.
bottle for 12,000 years.
Which is better
So
for
there
the
you go.
genie.
It is. It'd be great for the genie.
has everyone answered it
I think so.
accordingly?
I mean, I didn't
Wait.
ask for 3 things, but
Okay,
I just said I wanted
ask
to be
for the
happy.
3 things.
Alright, so that's the stream.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Patrick
shoot.
has to answer it.
Patrick, you answer.
So, my first one is, as usual, money. Like, ridiculous wealth, amazingness. And then the second one,
Just gonna skip straight to the third. Fuck the second.
like the story of a woman that I can be married to and have a lovely life.
I'm seeing a trend.
No. And then my third one is me, her, and my friends, get to live as long as we want. But we get to kill ourselves off whenever we want.
Like the only way you can die is through suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a major sin.
Yeah, you would end your life on a sin. You're going to hell.
I don't care. Then I just won't do it because if I'm with my friends,
Just
then
won't kill
I'm happy.
yourself. Unless they decide to kill themselves. All of them
Yeah,
kill
but then
themselves.
I'd be sad anyway. So
Your
I
wife
mean,
kills herself. You're alone
Bro.
now for eternity. Unless you kill yourself.
well, I
Yes,
mean, if they did it, I'd be, of course, sad enough to do it.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that it's a sin.
I don't give a crap.
Again.
I'm not religious.
You might be.
Hello.
At
Might
that
be.
point, you might be.
I don't care. I'm religious to the genie.
I mean, if you're alive for like 300,000 years, maybe you'll find God.
Unless Bill Nye becomes an actual god, no.
Anyway, I guess that'll wrap up the stream.
Well, I hope you guys
2.5
enjoyed.
hours. Yeah.
Yep.
Hope
Yeah.
everyone enjoyed.
That's
I
that.
didn't.
We
I
were.
hated this. I'm not doing this
That
again.
was a really
Joe's just a
interesting
Debbie Downer over
stream.
there, but
Yeah, Debbie.
Bam,
I'm more like a Betty or a Deborah. Yeah, Deborah.
If you lost everything tomorrow, whose arms would you run into to
anyway,
make
no
everything
one's.
okay?
goodbye.
Does this person
everybody.
know how much they mean to you? When was the last time you told them?